Hey guys, what is happening? Dan here, aka Night Fox. A new season has started in Marvel Snap, and with it, we've got a brand new card from the Battle Pass introducing NIMROD. It's a 5/5. When it's destroyed, it'll make a copy of itself in two other locations. It's been so much fun to play with. I had to do a little bit of play testing because it gets a little complicated, as you'll see in the games. But let's jump on in to game number one. Alrighty guys, here we go, jumping on in to game number one. You can see the deck below me there. We've got plenty of ramp components, we've got plenty of destruction. Let's jump on in and see what we can do here with the new card Nimrod. We need to draw early and often, so let's jump into Asgard here with Nova. We've also got Deadpool in hand. We need to outrun him here in Asgard. Location number 2 is Clintar. We're going to drop Wolverine over here in the left and end. Next turn, depending on what we draw, we'll probably drop Deathlock over there. Nova will buff Wolverine. Deathlock will destroy everything. Let's see what we draw here going into turn 4. They go with Psylocke, so they could be ramping. We could also do our own ramp here. I'm just going to go with Deathlock, though, right? Yeah, let's go Deathlock. Our opponent snaps. Are they going to lock down a lane? They played it early, so they can play a 4-cost this turn. So they could play Wong, maybe? I'm trying to think of what else 4-cost they would want to play here early. You could drop a Spider-Man somewhere. There's just not many 4-cost cards I feel like you'd want to ramp into with Psylocke. Let's see what they do. Okay, so they dropped 2 cards over into NIMROD. They could play like a Storm and something else over there. We destroy the Nova, buffing up the Wolverine and the Deathlock. Wolverine bounces over into NIMROD. There's the Storm, as predicted. Wolverine bounced over there to give us a little bit of power. Let's see what else comes down. And an Iceman. Okay, that's okay. We probably weren't going to play the Psylocke this turn anyway. Let's go ahead and we want the draws. So let's drop Deadpool here. We're going to go with the Carnage over in the flooding lane. Actually, you know what? That's the wrong play. Let's go pull you back, Deadpool. Let's go Deadpool and Carnage over there. The reason we're doing that is we want Wolverine to get buffed. We want Deadpool to come back to our hand. Let's see where Wolverine goes now. Right back to the same lane. Look at that. Deadpool back to our hand. Jessica Jones comes down. It's going to gain an extra 4 power, is it? Yes, so we're going to at least tie in this lane. We are able to draw 2 cards. We drew Venom and Sabretooth. Now, we can't play both on this turn. What we could do is we could play Sarah in the left. If we draw into Nimrod, let's see, we've got 2 cards left in the deck. So we've got a 50% chance of drawing into Nimrod. Let's go ahead and play Sarah. We'll play it all the way over in the left, and we'll end. Our opponent already snapped on us. Let's see what happens here. Now, our opponent could be playing Galactus, maybe? Man, if they have Infinite She-Hulk, we're in trouble. I don't think there's any way we win this, but I am going to play it out. Unfortunately, we didn't draw Nimrod. Let's go Death and Sabretooth and end turn here. They're going to drop Infinite. Oh! Do we win this? We do. They didn't have the She-Hulk in hand. Oh, man, that was a good game. Alrighty, guys, here we go. Jumping on into game number 2. We do have Nimrod and Arnim Zola. Let's see what else we can draw into, because we can make some crazy plays. We've got Psylocke coming in. We'll play that turn 3 so we can get that ramp going. That actually lets us get Nimrod down a turn early, so that could be good for us. All right, our opponent took a while to decide not to play a card there, so we had to wait quite a while. We do have Psylocke and Sarah. Let's go ahead and drop Wolverine over here in the left and end. We'll see what comes out of X Mansion after turn 3, but our turn 3 play is going to be this Psylocke. All right, we waited a while again. Yonk finally played a card into X Mansion. He went with Lizard, an interesting play. There's a lot of decks running Lizard right now. Morag comes down. Okay. So we're going to go turn 3 Psylocke. I'm also going to play Let's see. I'm also going to play Deadpool over in Morag just so that we can get a card over there. Yonk decides to play into X-Mansion again here. They also play a Psylocke, so they could be playing a ramp style deck as well here. The Thing comes down. Carnage comes down and eats up their lane. Probably not going to be too happy about that. 6 power Carnage for him. The Destruction does help our death. Let's go ahead. We'll drop Sarah now. I can do Nimrod now. Let's go ahead and do Nimrod. The reason I'm doing Nimrod is I'm hoping that on the next turn I can draw Venom, kind of eat up this lane, then I can Arnim Zola that Venom. Yeah, playing Sarah would not have helped us, so that actually worked out really well for us. We can go ahead now and drop Sabretooth all the way over here in the left. Do we think that they have the Galactus? Let's see. If they do, they can only play 1 card now because of the Sandman. We should be able to outrun him in the left. If they have a Destroyer, that's not going to matter either. What's their play line here? Let's see what Yonk does. Playing over in the left. And, oh, a double Dino. We do outrun it at the moment. We're going to play Arnim Zola here in the middle. Actually, I could play Carnage, and I can guarantee that we're going to hit the Nimrod. But if I play Arnim Zola, we're at least going to hit Thing and bounce it into both lanes. Yeah, let's go for it. End turn. Arnim Zola is going to hit either Thing or Nimrod here. Either way, we're going to get power bounced all over the board. It hits Thing, so we're going to add 6 power plus another 5, so 11 over to the left. We've got Morag getting buffed up as well. Dr. Doom comes down, but it's not going to be enough. They do force some power over into Morag. If we were able to hit Nimrod there, we would have gotten 2 Nimrods over in Morag, and we would have had, let's see, 10, and we would have had 11 power. That was a good win for us. Let's jump on into the next game. All right, guys, here we go. Jumping on into another one. We've got a good starting hand here. We'd like to see some of our ramp components, but let's go ahead and get Nova going over in that left-hand lane. We've got Nimrod and Carnage and Arnim Zola. We can make some big plays here. Let's see if it happens. Our opponent decides to pass on turn 1. We've got the big house. That doesn't matter for us. Let's pass here as well, right? Yeah, let's go for it. We need to get Nimrod and Arnim Zola down. We need one of our ramp cards here. It'd be really nice to see Psylocke. That is not Psylocke, but Elysium comes down, which is really good for us. Let's pass one more time. We're going to drop Nimrod here in the middle, and then we're going to Venom on it. Man, I hope this really plays out. Okay, here we go. We can go Nimrod. No, I can't go Nimrod in the middle, unfortunately. Okay, so Nimrod in the right. We'll also drop Deadpool on it. If they have something that blocks destruction, I'm going to be upset. Next turn, our play is going to be Venom. And then on the last turn, we're going to go Arnim Zola on top of that Venom. We're going to get Nimrods thrown all over the field. This should be fun. They play Moon Knight. There goes our Venom. Of course. Of course it goes. That's okay. We've still got the Carnage. It would have been nice to have that Venom because it gets the buff. But we'll make do here. Lady Seraph comes down. Also discarding that Apocalypse. It's going to be a big Apocalypse. We should be able to work around it, though. It'd be nice maybe if we could draw one of our other destruction cards here so that we can buff up that Nimrod. We did not, however. We can drop the Sabretooth and Carnage, though. We're going to be able to drop a lot of power going into the last turn. And if they destroy anything else, we might be able to play Death as well. Probably not going to happen, but we'll see. Hellcow comes down for the opponent, discarding Apocalypse again. How many times are you going to hit that same card? That's insane. Colin Wing comes down. Is that the only card in their hand? That would make sense why they keep hitting it, right? Elysium helps out that discard a lot, actually. Blade's going to discard it. So they're going to probably just play a big ol' Apocalypse on the last turn. We're going to have a lot of power on board, though. Let's see what they hit here. The Dracula. Okay, they might keep it in hand then. We'll have to see. Carnage comes down, eating everything up. Now here's what's good for us. You're pretty much seeing the discard Lockjaw deck at its strongest. So now you're gonna see us just try to wreck them here. Let's go Sabretooth there. Let's go with Deadpool here, and then Arnim Zola. Now we're gonna hit that Carnage. Carnage is gonna bounce around the board, hit everything else, and then we're gonna get a bunch of buffs. Let's see what happens. Nimrods are gonna be all over. This is crazy. So you're seeing, like I said, the Apocalypse deck pretty much at its strongest here. They're gonna have like so much power in Fisk. We might be able to outrun them though in Elysium and the Big House. Let's see here. We eat up that Carnage. Carnage goes to the left, eats everything up over there. We are going to lose in the left. We're trying to win the Big House and Elysium. It's going to be really interesting to see if we can pull this off. Just because it's going to be crazy. No, we're not going to. We're not going to have enough power. Oh, I'm so sad. Oh, maybe. Look at this. We've got 12 in the middle. We've got 19 in the right. Look at that. You just saw us beat the Apocalypse discard deck. Pretty much, they played a perfect game. There was nothing else they could have done, and we were able to eke out the win there with Nimrod and just Carnage. Imagine if we would have had Venom. We would have had even more power in the left and the middle. There you have it, guys. That's how this deck is supposed to be played. We've got Nimrods all over the board and a ton of power, and we went up against a solid deck that pretty much played their game just exactly how they wanted. Let me know down below what you think of this deck and how you're using Nimrod, and until next time, thanks for stopping by.